And we are live. Welcome back, guys. It's been a while. I am your host, Abel Garcia, and today I have my co host, Drunken Senpai. So, today we are actually going to be chatting about the Florida Don't Say Gay bill. And on March 12th, which was a couple days ago, the what was considered the Trans Awareness Day. Let's start with today. Let's look at the article because actually, so with the Trans Awareness Day, apparently it got so much traction on Twitter that the basically how to explain. So the B, which is all satire, they have a non-satire news article. It's called Not the B, and they actually made an article on it. Let's look at it right now.
Oh, give me a sec. My bad.
Stand by. I'm having some technical
There you go.
my end.
You ready?
Stand by. I'm having some technical.
What's going on, man?
Not much. And you drunken?
I'm doing good myself. Just what's happening with the difficulty there? What you got? Let me see if I can help you out live.
No, it's fine. But I switched scenes and I didn't want to switch.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I was having problems with. Like, I had everything planned out in my head. We did the whole transitioning into cameras and everything like that. Trying to crop them down, just get them in the right spots and everything. And when I went to just you live, it was just like literally the top corner of your head and the flag behind you.
Ah.
I was trying to fix it on the fly, but that didn't work out.
Well, apparently it doesn't want to work with me right now, but that's fine. At least I have the article pulled up for now.
We'll get better into this as time goes.
Yeah, slowly but sure.
Okay, you ready?
Yep. So I have the article pulled up. So like I was saying, so not to be the actual news reporting for the B being satire. They released this on the 13th of March, titled "Former Trans Folks Flood Social Media with Their Stories for hashtag the Trans Awareness Day." And then the photo for the article, they have someone saying, "When I was 15, lonely and hated my body, I got sucked into gender ideology online. My school encouraged me, and I was easily prescribed a high dosage testosterone at 18. It was very damaging." And then here is a photo of I believe it is a young lady who transitioned to a man. The left, then I would assume this is her after transition. But let's go into the article. Formerly transgender people declared hashtag #DeTransAwareness Day over the weekend and shared the stories on social media in front of a woke world that doesn't want to hear them. If you search the hashtags, there are tons of them, and here are a few. So here's one of the articles. It's going to be from a young lady by the name of Grace. Her tag is hormone hangover. There's a photo of two photos of herself, and here's what she says. My name is Grace, and I detransitioned on the left, me shortly after top surgery 2017. This was my darkest time in my life. On the right, me recently. Life goes on, life gets better. Hashtag the trans awareness. I can tell from this photo that she's very happy on the right, which is the most. And the left, she's just taking serious photos. I know that photo. You don't want to be. You're not happy. I do those all the time. Next, we have a Lumi. Hashtag the Trans Awareness Day. This is me in 2019 left and me today right. I feel like myself back in the day. I but was not but a caricature of myself, depressed, unhappy, and non-functioning. Title. Today my smile is genuine. We finally got some sun in Finland. Back then it was acted. Again, same thing. Two photos of this young lady. On the left, when they were transgender, and the right when they detransitioned. Now we have a Jesse. I heard it's hashtag Detrans Awareness Day? Question mark. The LGBT community brainwashed me into thinking my confusion and pain was gender dysphoria at 16. I'm so grateful I only socially transitioned at 20. I am happy, thriving, feminine. I love being a woman. Never was anything. Here they post three photos. Let me see if I can pull them all up. So this I would assume is when they transitioned. And let me see. Feminine photo of Jessie. Okay, so I'm assuming the last two are her right now. Compared to when she was transgender. Oh no. And sorry about that. Technical well, luckily can't really see that. But if y'all are
We'll run
wondering
with
what
it,
just
whatever.
happened, my camera has been falling. I need to repair that. I do apologize for that. It's for those watching on Twitch.
No, you good, man. Things are gonna happen,
Yeah.
especially since we're all virtual and nothing's really set in stone with all of this. Yeah, things are gonna happen. But let's go.
Okay, next is someone by the name of Transgender Trend, and they wrote, as I look back, I see how everything led me to conclude it would be best if I stopped becoming a woman. One of the most powerful, honest, and moving accounts of transitioning, like detransitioning, we read by KLB Facts, hashtag detrans awareness. And this is by a Kyria Bell. And they had someone had made a story about them about when back to feet. Next is gonna be next we have here a Watson, and it says it's hashtag detrans awareness day. I began detransitioning in October 2019 by ceasing my testosterone injections and returning to my birth name. I cannot pronounce that, but for those wondering, if you can't see the article, it's spelled SINAD. Then Ed. I'm gonna try to butcher that. I
And,
try that, and I'm
and
pretty sure I butchered that completely.
Cyniad?
Sinead.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know the the origin of what kind of language that name would be under, but Cyniad?
I would assume
I
so.
kind of feel I kind of feel like that with the little tilde above the e, like that's I
Yeah,
don't know.
Sinead. Like I said,
We'll go
if
with
you're
that until
well,
they correct us.
if you're watching this, we completely apologize for butchering your name. We're just two Americans who don't know anything, right?
Right, we're all retarded in some damn way. But let's go.
Okay, so they said I began detransition in October 2019. By oh wait, I reread that part. The
Yeah.
most common question I get from those new to this discussion is why did you transition in the first place? Well, like other trans people, I transitioned because I was suffering from gender dysphoria. We're told people with dysphoria are treated with transition, right? But unlike other trans people, transitioning didn't help me. The second most common question is why did you detransition? I detransitioned because I experienced some extreme transition, realizing that my desire to become a man stemmed from a variety of factors that ultimately led me to want to be someone else, not my authentic self, someone and something else entirely. My transition was fueled by self hatred, not self acceptance. I didn't want to be sent by that anymore. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna say Sin for as a nickname. I do apologize. I cannot pronounce that for the life of me.
I'm actually interested to find out how that's actually pronounced now.
I'll reach out to them and I will see what they tell me. Hopefully, they reach back to me
All right.
because I hated Sin. Sin was a woman and wanted no part in that anymore. I'd become Sean, a man, and I'd feel better, or so I hope. It's been a long road, but on hashtag Detrans Awareness Day, I can confidently say that I'm no longer gender dysphoric. I'm finally happy to be me. I wouldn't have gotten to this place without the support of so many others, amazing detransitioners, whose stories I'll be retweeting today. I never, I never thought I'd ever accept myself, but I do, and I've never been happier. To anyone struggling with transgender transition regret, you're absolutely not alone. Recovery is possible. My DMs are open to anyone who needs a rock to lean on, as my rocks once did for me. Thank you. And next, this is actually my personal favorite of them all. Mine. Okay, I'm a little biased, guys. I'm sorry. Okay.
That's cool.
So, before I read mine, um, I, w- I will say I did tweet out on the Trans Awareness Day. I did upload 3 photos of myself. And so far, is everything's going well for my on my end. So I'll read what I said. In 2016, I started my transition. 2018, in the midst of my transition, I realized I made a mistake. 2020, I detransitioned, and this year I finally I detransitioned. These last few years, I've learned a lot about myself, and today I'm sharing my voice and story on hashtag TransAware. Now, because it is me, I will be a little biased and speak a bit more.
Okay, go ahead.
So, like I said, and because it's Twitter and we have limited characters on it, I can't really fit everything, and I just wanted to leave it as one tweet. So for myself, like I said, 2016, I started my transition from male to female.
Right.
2018, that is when I had my breast implants. So I'll let me show the photos.
You want to start out with the first one?
Yeah. So like I said, so this one that I'm looking right now is me when I was the last photo I ever took in 2016 before I transitioned. God, I cannot believe that is me. I cannot not believe. Just look at that photo.
I mean, dude, everybody, like, even myself, dude, I was like baby faced till about mid 20s when it actually started to grow in. Everybody thought like I was like 15, 16, 17 years old. And here I am, 22, 23, working my ass off, you know. I can understand.
Bro. Okay, so like I said, this was the last photo I ever took before I officially transitioned. This is one of the most popular photos I use whenever I speak about my transition. Wow, I was so skinny back then. Back. So this photo, I had just received breast implants. I had just healing from that surgery. To be honest, that was a that was a huge pain in. I would normally say in my butt. Technically, it's heavy. It was a big pain in my chest. But yeah, no. A few months after this photo was taken, that's when I realized that I had made a. Then I
Mm.
started my process to transition after this, and then the last one for this for my tweet. So actually last year I took this one, and I actually went to a Turning Point USA event to meet actually someone that we both follow.
Yeah.
And if y'all are wondering who that is, it is the individual whose hand is on my shoulder. His name is Elijah Schaefer, the YouTuber, and if you've watched my content enough, you know that name because I've actually been interviewed.
And well,
Okay.
I mean, he's also a Blaze host now.
Yeah. Well, he's been with Blaze for a couple years, but
Right.
finally been a Blaze host for about a year, give or take.
Um, I don't know how long into Slightly Offensive that actually Blaze picked him up. I know it used to be just like right out of his house
Yeah,
kind of
I know
situation,
Blaze.
well, his
They picked him
apartment.
up pretty early. I know that,
Right.
but
And You Are Here started
this year
what the big
or last year, technically,
last year. Yeah, about the end of last year.
about I would say in 5 to 6 months now.
Yeah, probably about that. Yeah.
Because I remember hearing them say something about 5 months. So probably been a
Right.
while.
Well, okay, we'll get into that here.
But
Let's just finish up the
off topic,
story.
off topic. But then again, that is that is one thing with our podcast. We do get off topic a lot.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, we're just people talking to each other. That's gonna happen. Yes. So, all right, back to the story here.
Back to my tweet, and then I'll get back to the article. Like
Okay.
I said, so this was not long after. This was actually, like I said, Turning Point USA event. Not a huge fan of them. Only went for Elijah, but I got to meet Elijah Schaefer again. He was actually pretty shocked because the last time we had seen my interview back in 20. Oh no, I'm sorry,
Right.
2020. It's my dates are so off. God, I hate these paint. I hate this paint that I'm on.
By
But
the way, like he was saying, guys, he did finish up. He had some surgery like literally right before we even started doing a show. So yeah, he's in a bit of pain at this point, and he's just rolling through it. That's why we haven't started with the whole schedule keeping up, and everything's kind of thrown together at this point. He's been down for a good little bit, and can't blame him.
I blame myself.
Yeah. Okay,
Uh,
we'll
uh,
shelve that for now.
yeah. Okay. But yeah. So like I said, so this was like I said, I used this one. This is what I used for my tweet, and then like I said in the tweet, this year I finally finished my detrans. As Drunken just said, I did have a certain wondering. I had the rest of my removed. I think I already spoke about it on the first two episodes, probably on the did here.
Right,
Yeah, because in the second photo of my tweet, that is, I had breast implants. The third photo, I had by then I already had them removed, and now I've had the excess skin.
right.
Okay, well, let's go to the next tweet that not to be uh used, which is Helena. And this is actually the young lady they used for the articles. I'll read it
Yeah,
one more
yeah.
time for everyone.
Okay, yeah.
So
That's where
there's
I saw it from. I was like, hold on, I know these pictures. Like, did they use these twice? But no, no,
no, it
that
was
was
for
the
the
actual
articles
headline.
photo. Yeah, and there's a little more. There's a little more information. So I'll read it again from the beginning. When I was 15, lonely and hated my body, I got sucked into gender ideology online. My school encouraged me, and I was easily prescribed a high dosage of testosterone at 18. It was very damaging. This is not rare. Hashtag DTrans Awareness Day. Me at 19 trans, me at me now at 23. Like I said, the left one, Helena when she was a young trans man, and again the photos do speak for themselves. She's not that happy in the left one. The right one is her right now, 23 years old, and she's very happy with her. That is actually it for not to be. Then they ended with props to these brave folks for for being willing to their stories despite the woke backlash they inevitably suffer.
Inevitable. All right. So while we're going through this, for everybody out there for Twitter and um, we're gonna have to actually set this up to able for the green screen and everything that I use on my end here. I've put myself in a padded room for this show because I feel like if I'm gonna dive down this and do this shit, I'm gonna feel mentally insane for a damn good bit. All right. It's just like everybody that kind of dives into a cultural political battlefield for a while, you do feel mentally so that's the reason why I've got this set up for me. Yes, my shadows are casting. I still need to work on the green screen. We'll worry about that later. But all right, dude, I will admit, okay, throughout this entire article, every single person that shared a photo from the when they were trying to transition to the detrans, I see a tremendous difference in every single one of them. Like even the first one, like you were pointing out, man, you're not unhappy. Or you're not happy. It's just an act, just a thing, which is what a lot of Instagram models, Twitter follow. All that's an act for most fucking people. Okay, but to see, the happiness, like, especially in Grace, like there is a huge difference in that photo. I'm pretty sure at when the photos were taken, there was a different mind frame. And I'm not talking about gender dysphoria and transitioning. I'm talking about like the first picture looked like something just happened that she's not okay with and she's offended as fuck, right? And the next one, yes, it's a cat. They're at home. But I mean, the look on the face, like just that is a genuine fucking smile. That
Well, to be
is,
fair, the cat, I'm pretty sure the cat's like, why are we taking photos?
oh, that cat is pretty much, it looks like it's almost entering murderous mode at this point. Yes.
Isn't that every cat though?
Yeah, you can tell when they do it. Their eyes dilate a bit. But yeah, I mean, look at that though. That is a huge ass. Okay, you got Lumi. Like, okay, you good at faking, but I can tell it. There's filters, that pose, everything about that screams fake. Like you're not happy, especially if you were in this picture, like the first picture when this was taken and everything like that. If you are actually talking about transitioning, you're not happy. I can tell it. I can see it. Yeah, you got the big expression and eyes, but the smile's fake. You're posing. It's not natural. Okay. The second photo, Matt, what? Sitting at your computer, probably playing a game, listening to music, talking to friends. Just snap a photo. Nah. There's not really a smile, but I can tell you're in a better state altogether. You know, I can see that in the photos. Like one is staged completely 100%, the other's just natural. And there's a huge difference, you know. So throughout every single one of these, I can see like, okay, transgender trend, that's the only photo. But again, not happy. I don't think Watson shared anything. No. Even in yours, dude. Like, okay, let's bring it back up. I got it.
Or did you want me to bring it back up to?
In your photos. Let's go with the first picture. All right, that was before you transited, right?
Yes.
Okay. At that point in time with your mental state, how all of that was kind of, I'm not going to say forced on you, but was never rejected. Would that be fair?
I let me see. I remember this photo. I was with a friend of mine.
Right.
This friend of mine, we are still good friends. She's more of a sister, so
Well,
I've
that's
always
cool.
been good with her.
Okay. But I mean, at this point in time, there was really no pushback to anything. Like nobody
Never,
in your life had actually said, dude, really? Are you gonna like, is this a road you want to go down?
nobody ever asked me or questioned.
Okay. Like I can tell in this photo that you're sold on the idea. You're happy with it, but you're kind of worried. Like I can tell just by looking at that photo that this is something that you were hell bent on doing. You feel it's right. But in the back of your mind, something is still there saying, what the fuck?
Yeah, there was always
Was it
something in the
not?
back of my head that always said that.
Okay.
I think that's
All
probably
right.
why I detransitioned in the end, because there was still a part of me that was willing to stay. Uh, let's give it. There's a possibility of me being wrong in detransition.
At least you've had that. Think of all these people that are running around here that really don't have gender dysphoria. It's a literal trend, and you can see it in the people. You know, you can see it in the ones that actually feel it, like they believe it. Like fucking, what's the dude? The dude's name, Buck Angel.
Yes.
Yeah, like I mean, that dude, I can understand. Like when he was on You Were Here, I can understand his mindset, and I've looked into him. You know, he's been with Blair White, he's been with a whole bunch of people as far as talking. But I can feel deep down he believes it, and no matter my beliefs, no matter what I think about it, I'm going to respect that because that's how you really are. Now you got a lot of trend hoppers and everything, and we can tell that in you that have jumped on this because it's a new thing. It's what everybody's pushing. We can see this even through social media. We can see how fake that really is for people. Now, I'm not saying yours was fake, but at least you had in the back of your mind something's wrong. You know, it never really clicked until later on for you, but in the back of your mind, you always knew something.
I think it's because at least I was willing to accept the part that I'm wrong. That's what a lot of people who transition, they don't want to be wrong.
Yes, yes. Because it is a life changing thing, dude. I mean, literally, if you're a woman trying to change over to a man, the first thing to do is cut off the tits or get puberty blockers. Like, go fuck yourself with that. Number one, kids should be able to grow up however they are because children are a blank fucking slate, and all they take in is, of course, first from the parents. Then they start going to school, and it's literally school fucking controlled. Your parents are a backup at this. Okay. So the school is literally raising these children, and that's for the next part we want to get into. But the school is literally raising these children. They shape the mind. It's no longer the parent's job to shape the mind. It's basically the fucking government, unless you go to private school.
And
Right. I mean, there's still some ideology creeping into a blank fucking slate. What was that movie? I think it was called Undefeated. It was a movie with Jet Li, where he was raised his entire life to be like a martial arts pit fighter. You know, um, and the premise of the movie, for spoilers, look it up. It's actually a really good fucking movie, and it proves the point hard. I think it was Undefeated is the title of it, but it was a Jet Li movie where his mother was killed because she was involved with a gang mafia like style gang. Um, the child tried to fight back, and the gang boss was just like, "Hey, this kid's got some." So he takes the kid, he raises the kid without any interference in anything else, like society as a whole. This kid had nothing outside of what this guy's raising him to be. He becomes one hell of a fighter, starts beating the hell out of everybody, right? But then he breaks free and he actually comes out into society. and it's a great story. But I bring that up because one line in there pretty much proves the entire thing. And he said, if you get them while they're young, the possibilities are in. Exactly that. If you get them while they're young, you can change an entire culture within 2 generations. One to start the movement, the other to just back it the fuck up. That's it. Literally,
I think this
taking
is why they're
case in
trying
point.
to get them young right now with gender.
Right. That is exactly what's happening. Instead, including in the schools where you're talking about kindergartners, first, second, third grade, where they don't even understand. Okay, they're just coming into the fact that they're self-aware, that they are alive, that they are a person, that they need to learn these things and do these things, and immediately you hit them with that. What the fuck do you think's really going on with that shit? It's not trying to promote this shit as far as like, okay, maybe it's a thing for you. You don't understand this. So to force it down your fucking throat from day one, I got a problem with. Because, dude, they're forcing like 5, 6, 7, 8 year old to learn about transitioning before they can fucking spell.
One thing I actually found yesterday was targeted towards children. Uh, there, the website called Etsy?
Etsy?
Yeah, Etsy. Apparently I can't
Yeah.
pronounce that. Well, someone on Twitter posted some underwears that they were making for children. Oh, guess what? These kind of underwears were.
Right.
For those who are still wondering, these were underwears for little boys, but they were
Ooh.
aimed as for
I'm
people.
not Yeah, I'm not gonna put that on the screen, but yes, I know
I,
exactly what you're talking about.
I'll send it to you in a DM just because I looked at that and I had to make sure it was real just because it is the internet. They have a photo
That
of
is
a
a thing,
little
yes.
boy modeling with it on the website.
Yeah, dude, I'm glad you cut that out.
Well, I
Um,
wasn't gonna show it either way,
right.
but
But
yeah.
did
So
you
these
hear
were
about
underwears
the
for little boys that are aimed as transgender girls. So, and the way that it was worded is that so the trans girls can wear their pants, leggings, and look smooth without obviously their how do I say without you know what I can't even say without making it sound worse than it is. I'm sorry.
No, you can't. You can't explain it without making it just horrible. Really, if you can explain it without making it sound horrible, I have an issue. And it's not because I'm like, you know, trans or anything like that. What you are doing to children is inexcusable. I don't give a shit about adults. I don't give a shit about literally 16, 17, 18 years old, kind of like what you were doing. You know, dude, I'm okay with that. You got to explore your own life. I am not okay with a 7 year old having to be forced to do this before puberty even kicks the fuck in, before they even start to, their body starts to change, you know, anatomically. Of course, hair grows in different places and blah, blah, blah. We all know the fucking story. But before you reach that point, this is now being put in children's heads. I've got,
And these
but
people who are
going,
pushing it think it's normal.
yes, yes, they do. And it's starting as shit. But going back to the whole original thing that, like, your first photo, dude, I'm going to be honest.
Hello.
Like, I could see in that there was something in the back of your mind that was just like, something's not right. But everybody has told you this is great. This is go ahead, do it, do it, do it. You know, I can see that just in your eyes alone. Your smile is real, but kind of concerned. I can see that. In your next photo,
But let me that one. And then, guys, we'll put the our faces back. Sorry about that.
oh, I've got everything switched up here. I'm still trying to get down kind of like a footing with it. But I mean, in your next photo there, it's you seem happy,
Oh,
okay with the choice.
I will say that was my friend's graduation from high school. Will
Okay.
say I was happy for her.
Okay, so there was a more of a emotion. But I mean, honestly, dude, like I know this is gonna sound bad, and I've already admitted that if I ever my ass would probably be one hot ass one. That was like what, day one, day two, something like that. But
Probably the first one.
yeah, because I was talking about how I had dressed up as a woman for um, Halloween and at work, which would that's a different story. We actually, it's funny as hell. But I figured out throughout those photos, I was like, Jesus Christ, if I ever wanted to be a woman, I'd probably be hot as shit. You know, scratch the facial hair and all now. Like, if I had ever tried this
Just
shit,
shave a
I'd
little.
probably be the next Blair White kind of thing or rival that. It was that fucking scary.
Hey, as long as you're not Jessica Yaniv, you're fine. Or
Yes,
Christian.
that is no. The fact that I even know who the hell you're talking about is a problem to me. But no, I mean, yeah, like it's. I can understand where this kind of thing comes. Like where I'm from, I live here in the South. Like where I'm from, yes. If I were to do that, it would be for like a Halloween. Like I even have. Look, I've done it twice. Once was for Halloween, and once was because I lost a bet to a girlfriend that I had at that point spent damn near 5 years. But those are stories for another time. They're pretty fucking funny. One of them was a really retarded moment on my point, but um, like I could understand where this kind of thinking would lead to, like where I'm from. If it wasn't for like a joke, which would still throw people off because they don't know what the fuck's going on, or wasn't for Halloween, you do get weird ass.
I think I remember you saying that on one of our other episodes. Didn't you say that someone was looking at you, but they couldn't?
Yes. Yeah, somebody I literally went to school with. It was a Halloween. But somebody I literally went to school with did not know who the hell I was. Like she sat across from me for lunch, and we usually go to lunch 2 or 3 times a week. But she sat across from me for lunch at a different table. She didn't say hi. She didn't say anything, but she was always staring at me. And I was kind of thinking, that's kind of fucked up. We've been friends for a while. Why would this even do anything, kind of piss you off or, whatever? You know me. But throughout the entire lunch, she didn't say shit. She just kept looking at me. Close to the time when we were supposed to leave, she just stands up. She walks over and she says, I'm sorry. But I do have to get, or she goes, I'm sorry. I don't mean to make this sound rude, but can I get a photo with you? I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. So I stand up. Now I'm in fucking high heels and shit too, like a dress, high heels, whatever.
From experience, I will say they're a pain in the butt.
Yes, they are. God damn it! I don't know how y'all women do it.
Hold on, I'll be back.
It's amazing. But I'll tell the story while you do. But yeah, I was, I went through the whole thing and took the picture, and I had my hand on the small of her back while we were taking pictures, and um after the picture, I just looked over at her and I was like, so you're not even going to say hi to me? And she looked up at me like, who the fuck are you? So I just took off the wig and the hat that I was wearing at that point, and just the look on her face was just like, oh, yeah. So it was kind of an eye opener to me, as far as that's concerned. But I can understand without any kind of real pushback how this would lead people into a fucked up situation for themselves. And the fact that these pictures exist where, like, I'm even going to go to your next, like,
Let me go to the next one.
like right here,
The one in the dress or the one with Elijah?
the one with Elijah, TPE,
All right.
like right there, like, dude, looking into your face, I can tell you're like, hey, I kind of fucked up, but I'm okay with it now, and I got to deal with it. I see that look in your face. Compared to you now, I mean, just because I do know you somewhat and we've been talking for a while, compared to you now, I could see just even in the pictures and your face on camera right now that there is a huge difference in your mental stability. You know, but yeah, it's just I love this. I want to see more of this. I really do. I want these voices heard, not only to push back like I'm some kind of horrible transphobe or whatever. It's nothing like that. I
But to
want to
be
hear
fair, we're
the
all
other side of the
transphobe.
story. Right. I mean, even you are. You even live that life. You know more about that than I ever fucking will. But you're still a transphobe somehow because you're transitioning. That's so fucking
To be
stupid.
fair, I'm also all right now, according to Twitter.
That's the boogie
For
wish.
those
But I mean,
wondering, not
dude,
long
I'm
after
all
I
right, and I stand dead middle fucking center on anything political. Like I'd be considered all. But yeah,
But I was gonna say, for those wondering what I mean by I'm now alt-right. So not long after I posted that on Twitter, I woke up the next day and I got a tweet from someone saying, "Why did I join the alt-right?" And they were trying to make it sound so nice, but yeah, they were being assholes about it.
oh, should we flame them? If you bring it to me, I will show it.
Oh, you want to see the tweet?
I mean, dude, just take a little screenshot or something, black out anything you got for that. Yeah, we'll put it up.
Let
We'll come back to that while he's working. But I want to see more of this, literally, because I want to see the other side of the story. We see all these transitioners,
Well,
Caitlyn Jenner,
I'll
this,
I'll
this,
be
this,
honest.
this, this.
I don't think it really matter, because if people look up my Twitter, they'll be able to find it.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm on your Twitter right now, so.
Yeah, I'll at least be nice. I'll try to block the guy's info,
I mean,
but
I'm not.
show it. There we go.
Okay, so it's gonna be a minute for that. Let's.
I have it now. So they start off with, "When did you get into far right politics?" And like I said, I'm assuming it's because I posted the photo of me at the Turning Point USA event. And some of these responses are funny. The but
I'm not seeing it.
hoping this one's like nicer to me. Like I said, I don't get Tristan. I don't get Twitter. Why did I say Tristan? It's frying. I must
Hold
be
on
thinking of a
now.
friend
He's
of
gonna be
mine.
like, what? 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 Hold on.
Eh.
I don't see it, but we'll just hear it on your.
So what someone wrote was, "When all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail." It's entirely possible to disagree with a particular position without feeling the need to dress in robes and hoods and run around setting crosses on fire.
What?
I
Hold on. Oh, wait. Say that one more motherfucking time, please.
Sure, I'll read the whole thing. When all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail. It's entirely possible to disagree with a particular position without feeling the need to dress in robes and hoods and run around setting crosses on fire. I think this is aimed at the person who asked, why when did I join far right politics?
I mean, okay. If that was aimed at that person, fucking hell. Thank you.
And
If
then
that was aimed at you, I don't even know where the hell that goes, man. I
that's
don't
why
even
for
know.
that one I was like, because I usually try to give a like on almost everything. But for that one, I was just like, how the hell do I respond to that?
I mean, I'm the biggest asshole you'll ever meet. Well, maybe not the biggest asshole, but I'm one
I've
of
met
them.
a Floridian. They're assholes.
Eh, I've never been an asshole to you.
And then
But no, I mean, God, Jesus Christ,
I'm
how do you
gonna
people
send
do
you
this so
this
much?
one because this one I'm kind of stumped on it on what the hell this means. So they posted a photo of a black guy with lightning all over his face.
Send it through Telegram.
Yeah, I'm gonna send it to Telegram. Hold on, let me find it. But let's. uh, Okay, I'm sending it right now. The wrong person.
They're gonna be like, "The hell is this?"
Okay, I sent it.
What the shit?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't even know what does that even mean.
I want to bring it up. Hold up. Let me get browser window. What? It's on the screen now. What the?
Like I said, I don't even know what the hell this means. If anyone in chat knows what this means, I'd appreciate it.
Dude, I am so damn glad that I spent like literally 4 weeks on Twitter just using the platform and got banned. If this is what you.
Like I said,
Okay.
I don't get it. Like I said, I hope someone gets it. Do you get it, Drunken?
No! I have no idea what the. Who is this dude? What is a lightning? I don't.
I don't get this. I wish I did.
What has this anything to do with the conversation?
Well, yeah.
Unless divine blasphemer, like, is that some kind of just like it's probably a troll account?
Let me see. The worst Twitch streamer in this side of the web.
Dude, you have a. All you have to do is just pull up ASMR at this point, and they give them a run for their money. I've already shown you what that is.
Is that a guy or girl? I don't want to go more into their account just for. I don't want to be that guy.
I'm not going to be that guy. I don't know who the hell this is. I'm not trying to flame him for something.
Okay. You know what?
That has no point.
You know what? I just remembered this tweet because of the other tweets that came with it. It gets sad. Are you able to see my screen or?
No. Dude, I'm just going to that.
Okay, so then okay, so someone else said this to the guy. He says because he chose to not change to Siberian tiger, that makes him far right.
See, this.
This is Twitter, to be fair.
We all know what Twitter is, but this is the look. This is actual brainwashing in action. Okay, like I do want to touch on the "don't say gay" bill, but I will. I want to bring up else. The cameras are gonna fuck up. This is impromptu. Um, but let me bring this. This is I hate this.
I'll be honest, it gets worse because I just remembered one photo that someone else posted. Really sad.
Weird.
I'll send it to you personally.
Oh yeah, definitely do that. All right, I'm going to bring up this just to show you how fucked up our media is. Like, this is kind of, it's a brainwashing situation. I don't even care what's in the article. I just want to bring up the framing. And like, I want to bring up how they sneak this shit by you to make you think one way. And it's kind of ingenious. Like, it says a Trump appointed former senior advisor to the Secretary of Defense says Russian forces were too gentle on Ukraine and called Zelensky a puppet. Okay, from right there in that fucking title. With everything that's happened with Orange Man and how politically charged the US is, just putting Trump appointed former senior advisor? Okay, so you're bringing up somebody who no longer has a skin in the game. You just wanted to weigh in, but you have to put Orange Man's name on it? Really?
That's how
Former
they get
senior
their publicity
advisor.
nowadays.
I thought, like, former senior advisor, I'd have been more okay with. I'd have paid attention more. Like, I've read this article. It's all stupid ass bullshit. But this is the kind of framing I'm talking about. Just because you hated Orange Man because the media told you to and society told you to and Black Lives Matter and Antifa were rioting and it.
No. They were.
Why isn't the military there and all that?
Protesting, okay? It wasn't a riot.
I'm just gonna call it like it the fuck it is. We're not gonna play nice with this shit.
You know.
I don't care. I understand what you mean, but I'm not gonna play nice with it.
Oh, neither am I. I'm just making fun of what they called it.
If you actually looked into what the fuck happened and why this is happening with this war, this is a huge ass gray area, especially with everything that's coming out about this area. You know, it's I've even looked into that from the moment of its inception, Ukraine has been the best country. Okay. All they have to do is look into Crimea. What happened to Crimea? We hear about it on the news. They tell us about it. What was it? Do you remember? Because I sure as hell didn't. Hell, back then that was 2012, 2014 area? Shit, I didn't give a damn. I was out there, what? God, I was working for Newell Rubbermaid at that point. I was making the ink that goes in your pens. What do I care what's happening in Ukraine with Russia? I just started my adult life. But to see this and to say, like, the Trump appointed former it's already setting you off because Orange Man bad. It's already framing you to be pissed at this article, and pissed at it. Oh, Russian forces were too gentle on Ukraine. We stand united with Ukraine. I got a lot of fucking questions about that.
You gotta remember, anything Trump is bad.
Right. So, I mean, that's the framing aspect that I'm talking about. Like, just in that title alone, I'm not even going to read the article. I've found this article, and I wanted to actually bring this up. I was going to go through it on a different episode and everything like that. But that didn't kind of happen. This is one I actually want to talk to Oblivion. That kind of fucked up. I'm sorry, Oblivion. We'll have you back as soon as you can work out a time, even if it's just a one-on-one situation. But yeah, just like the framing of this is so. The words in quotes, the person they're linked to. Guys, they're literally just setting you up to just hate. And that's it.
As long as
that's all that is.
Approve of, that's all they care.
Right.
That's what they did with anyone who was, bring too much vaccine, but anyone who wasn't vaccinated, they had you feed everyone.
Right. But I mean, guys, it's just way too damn obvious now. Look, for me, okay, I woke up 2017 when I heard Trump's speech and there was nothing that. Still hate the man. Personally, he's a fucking piece of shit. I'll admit it. I tip my hat to him presidentially because he did a lot of good that was never spoken.
Oh,
All
especially
you
if
hear,
we can now see the results of all the good he did. If the other negative we're seeing, we're in war with you. Well,
and every
we're
single
at
fucking
war.
motherfucker was like, right. But
Our
every
gas is
single
at all
person,
time high. Inflation's all time high. And even when
dude,
actually, this is funny. Like one of my cousins, he's not huge into politics. He doesn't like Trump, but he admitted to me when when he had to drive me to the doctors. I had to get all my stuff removed. He says, "Look,
right.
he doesn't like Trump, but he will give him credit for economy and foreign relationship." He said Trump's an insane man,
We've already talked like
1,000 times at this
again.
point.
How the fuck does this motherfucker go through the demilitarized zone with very little, if not any security at all, just like a guy or two with a gun, and still fucking live? Who the fuck does that?
I'm just surprised
No one.
he was able to walk with those big ass balls he has.
Right. I mean, that was a boss ass fucking move. To go to fucking Israel, in a place that hasn't seen fucking real peace in 2000, and come back with a peace treaty to start with the United Arab Immigrants and start healing that divide. The UAE said, okay, we're good. Let's see how this works. Because of him. Dude, what the fuck? Seriously. And y'all hate Orange Man. Come the fuck up. Seriously.
He was not the president we wanted, but he was the one we needed.
Yes.
And
So it's
that's
like, fuck the motherfucker because he's an arrogant asshole.
and I only
But
say that
yes,
in regards to the good that he helped create and show how dishonest everything.
dude, that's been a fucking ride. Like, me coming up, just from the whole thing, like, I believed every day came on TV, just because I kind of resented my father at the time. He watched Fox News. I listened to everything else because I was that rebellious teenager. You know, I kind of fell in line with the same shit. The only thing that made me stop that thinking was I skipped work, watched a speech of Trump's just to see what he would say. Watched it twice. All I heard was arrogant shit. And next day, went to work, came home, turned on the news, and well, he said this. Wait, I watched that shit. No, he didn't. Well, oh, he was talking about. No, he was not talking about that. Fuck. And then I constantly watched it progress over time for 4 fucking years to the point to where on social media, if you said, "Hey, here's this is a thing," never click on the link because they never see that video, even if you can get it through the censorship where everything's deleted. Like there are people's names that are censored on YouTube. Like there was this one who was I think it was on You Are Here where they had brought up, after the Kyle Rittenhouse thing where everybody was saying why still kind of situation.
To be
Um
fair, they still call. I believe they still call him that, or I think they might have shut up now because he's no
that's
longer relevant and he's
oh
now.
he's gonna be relevant. He's gonna be relevant.
Oh yeah,
That
no.
motherfucker is going after the news. He's gonna be relevant.
Oh no. That I know. What I'm saying is that either he fell out of favor with the media, in regards to how relevant he was, or they probably shut
Probably
up.
because they need to move on to the next thing.
No, I was gonna say that, or shutting up because he's now suing them, or he's going to sue them soon.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of people fuck with. Like I still see him pop up from time to time. A lot of people still fuck with, but it's pretty much independent people. So I mean, you got the Blaze that still does things with him. Of course, you got Crowder and everything.
Then I know
Um,
Daily Wire's still doing stuff with them.
right. Like I mean, he's still out there, but he's not like mainstream anymore because we need to move on to the next thing. You know, that's a kind of a situation with that. But yeah, I mean, right after that, there were still people that were doing all that, and like, I don't even know what to say anymore, dude. This is why I put the padded room up. Like, I'm so fucking in, just even keeping up with this shit without even being in mainstream course where people are going to criticize me and all this shit. I'm okay with that. I don't care. But just watching this shit and knowing what I know, seeing what I've come across, just because I turned off my TV, which I call my LED god, and started paying attention. Not only the things I agreed with, but the things I disagreed with. Fuck. Dude, I've listened to Vosh just to see what that motherfucker's got to say. Destiny, I fucking like Destiny. I disagree with damn near everything he's got to say, but I fucking like him because he stands by what he says. This shit's just.
Wait, doesn't Vosh only stream on Twitch, or does he do
Yes.
YouTube?
Well, I don't know about YouTube. I really don't. But I think it's just mostly Twitch with him. Because him and some other dude got banned for using Cracker or something like that. Which I probably know if that gets through. Oh my God. I couldn't get. But no, I mean, like, I listen to pretty much anybody and everybody's voices on things. And I'll have a conversation with you if you want me to.
You know what?
But you're not going to bring this
I want to
framing.
see you and Vosh have a conversation now.
Dude, I'd never get off the fact that he actually advocates for pedophilia. This motherfucker said it is entirely, it can be a good thing, and it is entirely possible for an older man to have a sexual relationship with a younger woman talking about underage, and it was okay. He's literally advocating for pedophilia, which is what our fucking school system.
Honestly.
I mean, cuties. Look, Netflix is getting fucking sued. Do you realize? Did you see that?
Oh no, I haven't heard of that.
Let me bring that up. Oh my God, I'll give you the link.
Yeah, send that to me, please.
Over cuties.
Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised they're getting sued for cuties. That I feel like. Who would honestly watch that stuff besides pedophile?
Oh, dude. There you go. I'll send it in your Telegram so I don't interrupt the cameras.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now.
Netflix charged with promoting lewdness and cuties. What happens next? There was 4 fucking felony charges that were filed on Netflix because of this, because it was showing 10, 11, 12-year-olds working for full-grown fucking adults, and their defense is, oh, we were criticizing. You train them, you coach them, you put them up to it, you film them just to say you're criticizing it? I don't believe it.
So this was
that was straight up
in October of last year. No, I'm sorry, 2 years ago.
No. Okay, let me find that one.
Well, the one that you sent me with the USA Today, that was posted on October 15th.
Here we go, March 3rd.
Or is there a newer one?
Let me go ahead and send this one to you. This is March 3rd, 2022. Yes. Sorry, I brought up the wrong one.
Oh, okay then.
There you go. Netflix asks federal judge to halt Texas cutie prosecution.
On Variety, March 3rd, 20.
Yes.
Oh, right, perfect.
Let me go back to that just to make sure. Okay, yeah. But yeah, it's the whole, because that was actual child pornography. I never watched it. I saw clips of it, and that was damaging enough.
Yeah, I saw whatever you could see on.
I will never be okay with anything like that. I really fucking don't. I'll never, dude. But anyway, the whole thing about it was Texas is suing Netflix over their distribution of pretty much child pornography, four felony accounts of different
So
things.
I'm just skimming through this real quick and for chat on YouTube. So Texas is the one who's suing them, and it's because it violates state law against the lewd exhibition of children. The funny
Right.
part is Netflix tried to say it was fine because it's covered under the First Amendment, but that
And
was looks
they're
like that was thrown out.
mhm.
Yeah, because it actually no, they said so Netflix has sought to have the case thrown out, arguing that the statute violates the First Amendment. So unless I'm
I mean,
overthinking it, unless I'm overthinking it, doesn't maybe I'm overthinking it? Isn't that they're saying that child pornography should be allowed because it's protected under the First Amendment?
that's what I understand.
I don't know, chat. What do y'all think on that?
That's what I'm fucking hearing myself. But dude, could this be like the start of the other side saying, well, if you're going to talk about First Amendment and you're starting to win that battle, what about this? That pushback kind of situation that we always see with everything. I'm wondering if this could be the start of that. Like the whole argument over First Amendment is really going to heat up now because of this kind of situation.
Honestly, this would be an interesting conversation to bring up. Uh, other stream because there's 23 pages to this entire
Oh yeah. I just
lawsuit.
wanted to mention the story. I
If you ever
haven't
want to bring
had
it
the
up,
chance to really look into this, so I can't really. I don't want to give any kind of concurrent thing right here, but just off the top of my head, knowing what I know about the movie Cooties, that I'm actually impressed because this was a memory hole situation as well. Like Cuties came up, Netflix removed it, they apologized, done with, you know, and then all of a sudden this comes back up again. Now we need to dive more into memory hole situation, to awareness of that. But literally, the whole thing is it's like four felony charges of different types of lewd and child CP. I guess I got to censor myself from fucking Twitter or
yeah.
Twitch. CP. No,
I
I.
technically have already said the full word. Nice.
So have I. But right now, it's not going to be hit. We're not known enough yet. But I mean, seriously, it disturbs the hell out of me that this is allowed to happen. And then you're going to scream, "Oh, this is my First Amendment right." And then you're just going to say we were criticizing it. This is the reason why we put that on screen.
I
You
don't
didn't even
remember if
have to
I
film
don't.
it.
I'm gonna say I don't think if I might be remembering this correctly, but wasn't the creator of the movie Cuties like some Muslim woman or
Dude,
Middle
I don't
Eastern?
even remember.
Because I know
I
it's a
don't even
French
remember.
film.
I mean, we move on to one thing after another every single day. Like every time I wake up, there's something new. Like I don't even remember. This is why I don't really want to say much about it, but I did bring it up because I want to dive more into that shit because that's a fucked up situation altogether.
Honestly,
But
I'm
go ahead.
speechless now. 10 times I'm speechless.
I can understand. I can understand adults, what we deem as adults. Now, to me, adulthood really doesn't kick in till mid 20s. That's when you're just like, okay, this is the way shit really has to be for me to survive. In mid to late 20s. That's why men actually do end up peaking in their 30s, 40s, because they're coming into their own at that point in time. Women come into their own a little bit sooner, but still at that mind frame, you are already set in your ways. You already have your personality. Everything is set in stone as to who you are, roughly around that age. Okay. I can understand going 16, 17, not at 16. I'm not even going to say 17, close enough to 18 to actually fucking count. So where you're not saying like 17 and a half and sound like a child like I do with my fucking height, which is 5'7" and a half. Go fuck, or 5'6" and a half. Go fuck yourself. I'm 5'7".
You're 5'6"
But
and a
no.
half.
Yeah, I mean, I sound like a child if I say that shit. Man, I'm just gonna go 5'7". Don't nobody know half an inch. Men don't know half an inch. Let's admit that.
Well, unless we're measuring other stuff, we try to make it bigger than.
Right.
We're always rounding up.
Right. It's. I mean, I can understand with that. You're already coming close to legal age if the guy you are with is close to that legal age too. Like, I'm 36 years old. If I were to have a relationship with 7 years old, I would expect to be in fucking jail. I would expect it. But if you're 21, 22, maybe not even 22. Yeah, let's just cut it off at 21. If you can legally drink at that point in time, you can get alcohol for underage people. That's a whole different situation. Let's cut it off at 21. Okay? If you are 17, couple months from your 18th birthday, and you get involved with somebody that's 20 years old, 19, something like that, I don't give a shit. That's so close.
I think it also matters, like, if it's a high school kids. I think that's also that could add to it. Like, I'm not saying like I'm not approving it. I mean, like, if it's like, how do I put it?
Well, still, I mean, how many
you know what I'm
fucked
trying to
up
say,
people
right?
did we just go to school with? I get what you're saying, but how many fucked up people did we go to school with? Like, I remember at 14, 15 years old that there was a dude who was literally 26 hooking up with a 15-year-old. I had a fucking problem with that.
Oh my lord, what the hell?
Right. I had a fucking problem with that back then. I mean, it's things like that. That's what really disturbs me. Praying. That's all you're doing. You're praying. It's not because you like that. Well, you probably do. You're probably twisted in that thing. Like that is a kink to you. But you are preying on people who don't even know who the hell they are. Don't even know right from wrong, up from down. They don't know themselves. But you going after that? Case in point, you get what we've had for the past, what? How long has this shit been?
So I'm just gonna say this because chat said this. So if she can legally drink and forget she's legal, kidding, guys.
Wow.
They're
well,
joking.
if she can legally drink, if she wants to forget she's legal,
they're joking.
It's an age thing, and it really it's creepy. Well, I guess it would be a mental thing too, because I mean, if you're trying to prey on like Down syndrome people, I got a problem.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
That's kind of a messed up situation altogether.
Down syndrome. I'm just gonna say, did you hear about Victoria's Secret and their Down syndrome?
Oh God, yes, yes.
What do you think?
I mean, dude, if you want to bring awareness to things and you want to do that's fine. Am I offended because there's a Down syndrome person in a damn bathing suit on a magazine? No.
Go for it.
Absolutely not.
I'm just questioning if she's
if you were, yeah, that is exactly it. If you were doing it to tokenize, to pander, to virtue signal, yes, because that person doesn't understand what you're doing. They just think, hey, I'm getting all this fame, I'm getting all this money, and because I'm down, life's great. And then all of a sudden that cuts off because you're no longer useful to them. You're left holding the fucking bag. And for people who can't pick up emotional cues in any way, shape, or form, really, kind of like autism. In that regards, with that, I know the difference. So I'm not stupid. But They can't pick up on emotion cues, can't pick up on what's going on. They have a mindset of someone a lot younger than they really are. They don't understand what you're doing. They don't understand what's going on. One moment they're the belle of the fucking ball. The next moment they're trash in your garbage can. I have a problem with that. I don't give a shit. I mean, I've seen the picture. You can tell, but she's a good looking girl. You know? As far as Victoria's Secret goes, yes, it is an objectifying shit, whatever. I don't give a fuck about that.
Well, it is Victoria's Secret, so you have to
Yes,
expect much that they are.
which is where is all the objectifying shit about that? Really, but
Yeah,
you
they're
know,
not gonna say
it's
anything.
right, right, because it actually props him up. It's that's the problem, though. That's the virtue signaling. You don't give a damn what happens in the wake of what you're doing, because it's all about you. You know, like the story that's been covered so many times. You know, the riots were going on. I forget exactly where it was, but you know, white people walked up in a black neighborhood and were spray painting and messing up shit, and they're like, "What are you doing?" I think maybe
Well, to be fair, it's Portland. They're always hot area to be rioting.
they're still doing it. Like off and on, they're still doing it. 2 years later, but I mean, things like that. When you virtue signal so damn much, you get people like me who really don't care, but I can see your point kind of situation. When this is shoved down my throat, I don't. I'm going to take the opposite approach every time. There are some things like the cuties thing that I will stand behind the whole pedophilia shit. I've got my own fucked up false accusations with all that kind of shit. You know, literally one of the people I used to mess with in my life actually had said, because I wanted to stay in her daughter's life because I loved her daughter after we had cut ties. She went around telling people I was a pedophile because I wanted to stay in her life. You know, I wanted to give the child at least somebody to look up to for somewhat of a good guy. I'm not perfect, I'll never be, but the child had no male figure in their life. So I kind of I love the child. She was great.
No, you know what? I agree with you there. I have a niece and nephew. I've been
Right,
away from their lives for over 6 years, and mostly because I transitioned those last 6 years.
right.
I got to see
What?
them again a few months ago, and I'm trying to get back into their lives, like trying to be the uncle that went missing after 6 years.
That'll
Uh,
be a hard transition into of itself. Expect well, I mean, if
well,
they're how old
luckily
are
they
they?
never met me as a trans.
Yeah, well, how old are they?
Niece is gonna be about be 12 this year. Nephew is 9, and the youngest is not even 2.
Oh, they probably won't even remember.
Yeah, no, my
It's
niece
gonna
is
be a
the
blank slate for them.
yeah no my niece she remembers me, but obviously she never knew I was trans. Her little brother, he was a infant, so he doesn't really remember much.
Right,
And obviously the youngest one wasn't there in the picture yet.
right.
Took about 4 years for him to come in the picture.
But it's just I will protect children. I fucking like this is again for everybody listening out there. 100 random organic as shit. We're just going off into tangent after tangent. That this is what unless we have something really lined up, you know. But dude, this is fucking disgusting. Like, when does this stop?
I
I
don't
have
think
to
it
ask that
ever
question.
will stop.
You're already indoctrinating children believing like transgender things, you know, all these the socialism and liberalism, critical race theory that's being pushed on kids They're being taught to be racist before they're even taught the history of this country because of critical race theory. Now, you can argue, well, that's not really being taught in schools. Yes, the hell it is. Stop playing games. Stop playing semantics. Let's be honest. Seriously. Can we do that? Stop the fucking game. Let's just be honest with each other and actually talk. Because this is disturbing. You are raising an entire generation to be racist before they even halfway understand the history of this country and what happened. You're teaching them to hate before they're taught why. That is dangerous. You want to talk about anti-racism and this and this and this and this, and what are we seeing? How has this affected our young? Do you not understand it? When your children come home and start screaming at you that you're a white supremacist because, you know, you believe that there is a problem within the black community as far as cultural wise about why they're killing themselves. Oh, you're a white supremacist now. Even though statistically
Technically,
it's true.
everyone's a white supremacist.
Fucking Candace Owens is a white supremacist. What the fuck?
I think even Brandon Tatum is a white supremacist.
Yes. No, he's still Uncle Tom level.
Okay.
He's still Uncle Tom level.
I give him a couple. He'll be a racist and a white supremacist.
What was that dude from California? Something Larry Lawler? Larry something? Larry Elder.
Elder. Yes, Larry Elder.
Yeah. The dude. Oh my god.
Oh, do you know what happened to him when he was running for governor?
Yes, that woman struck him wearing a
gorilla mask.
Tell me if this is not racist. Tell me if this is not fucking racist. A woman ran up to him. A white woman ran up to a black man wearing a monkey face mask.
You know what? I'm going to look into that. Let me see if I can find it.
I got to. Yes. She threw eggs at this motherfucker and screamed shit at him. How is that not racist by the terms of what racism is today?
You know what? I'm going to bet she was
Let's do it.
A liberal.
Oh, of course. I'm going to type in Larry Elder gets egg.
I think I might have found it. Let me see.
Oh, here, let's do this. I'm going to change scenes real quick so you guys can see this. All right, hold up. I'm going to bring the rant screen up so you guys see that. And let me...
Okay, so I found it. Oh, the heck's going. Okay, so let me switch. Then, for those wondering, this is going to be off of Fox News. Whether I'm not sure if you guys think about them, but like I said, this is just what I was able to find for.
It's whatever. It's just a video point.
Yeah, because I know some people aren't. So that lady in the pink.
I don't. Hold up. I don't care what you think about mainstream media, who this, who that, who this. It's the fucking video that matters. It's what happens in the video that matters. Okay? Now, unless you're trying to say that's a deep fake kind of situation, I don't care where you get that from. That's not a point in any of it. So stop at the Fox News, CNN. They're all fucking trash. But I'm going to bring this up. All right, you ready?
Okay, so I was able to get a picture frame of it. If I can.
I'm going to play the video. Walking down the street. I guess that's with his wife. I don't know. But there's a whole bunch of people surrounding him. Everybody's yelling at him and screaming at him. By the way, I'm going to pause it right there. He said, "You're going to be a governor for white people because you sure the fuck don't like your own people." That was in the video. Let me rewind that a little bit and I'll turn up the volume.
So I'm actually gonna be. So I did
Huh?
pull up the photo.
Yeah, give me a second. How is that not racist?
Because this is California, he's a racist black white supremacist. No, let me refer. He's the new face of white supremacy. Er,
There was a first egg. Where is it? I don't think the video has the. No, because that's where they were putting him in the car. Let's see if it shows from this camera angle. No, it doesn't. But you say he had the picture?
yeah,
Send
so
that to me
I
real
was able
quick.
to find a photo on my end. Let me send it to you. But yeah, like I said, chat. So if you're looking at at my screen right now, that's the lady in the gorilla mask that attacked Larry Elder, who was running for California governor. Unless I'm blind, she's white. Is white. Not white as snow, but she's white. That mask.
Where you say?
Yeah, I'm gonna send it to you as a link.
Are you using Telegram?
Yeah, I'm gonna send it to Telegram.
Okay.
But I'm still wondering, how is that not racist that she doesn't, that she does it, or how is it racist that she's not doing? She's doing. But if anyone
But
else
if I
does
were
it,
to do that, I'd be under the fucking jail.
so if you did that to some random
Let
black
me
guy
see.
on the street, you're racist. But because she does it,
Oh no, that woman's white as fucking snow. All
yeah,
right. We're gonna say it. She's white as fucking snow. Like she almost blends in with the fucking wood behind her. All right. Let's not even play fucking games. That is
uh,
a white ass woman in a gorilla mask,
actually,
purple
now that you
fucking hair.
say it, yeah, you're right. She does actually blend in with the wood behind her.
Throwing an egg at a black man. And you gonna sit there and tell me that's not racism? Like
Honestly,
even with the one above it, this is a closer video or a closer picture.
can you
Let's
send that
go.
to me so I can show it on my end as well?
Yeah. She is looking at another dude. It's not Larry Elder. That's
I'm just saying, like
where the hell did I have that? There.
the photo,
How
right?
is that not? How is that not? Don't even play games with me. You want to sit there and scream racism, racism, racism because I say something like, "Hey, the problem is not really cops killing you. The problem is you killing yourself." That's racist. But a woman in a blackface gorilla mask with purple fucking hair throwing an egg at a black man
That looks
is
more
somehow
pink.
not
That looks more pink to me.
pink, purple, whatever. It's the defining hair color of the fucking crazy.
Well, to be fair, these people want everything exactly the way they describe it. Probably to her, it's like black or some neon color or rainbow color.
Right. That's exactly what I'm saying. It just
It doesn't matter. I think about it.
oh my god, no, it doesn't. But yeah, it's the same shit, dude. It's Like I can't take this. Like for years, being a straight white man, for years you have told me sit down, shut up, and listen. I have listened, and this is what I have heard. You scream at the top of your lungs just because somebody politically you don't like when you go out and fucking riot in the street because your news told you to. Let's not mix words. That's exactly what happened. Your politicians and your news told you to do. Nancy Pelosi, Maxine Waters, Lori Lightfoot. We can go on and on. Your news told you to do it. Your politicians told you to do it just to make somebody look bad. That's all that was. Because if he'd have sent in the fucking National Guard to shut any of those riots down, you'd have called him a fascist, and there's your fucking proof. Effectively hitting that nail in the coffin for him not to fucking. Because none of us pay attention.
Really pay attention to my question.
I never did till now.
I As I woke. That's how I.
Right? But we've gone a good little bit. I know this has been off the fucking rails. We've been kind of everywhere with this shit today. Like, this is how it's going to be until we get some kind of structure going on. I do love these conversations.
It will be a lot of rambling.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We'll have our main articles, but a lot of.
But I do want to say the whole, like, I never even brought this up. Let's just go ahead and finish with this. Like, you can already understand my mind frame from this. I want to get your take on this as well, Abel. The Don't Say Gay bill in Florida, supposedly. Okay. It's really about parental fucking rights. Yes. Well, okay, let's call it that. Yeah, hell yeah.
Personally, I'm more of a. I haven't read the whole thing. I've read some of it. So these people assume it's the reason why. Well, besides the fact that they're lying, all it says is that they can't teach.
They can't teach any kind of sexual
or
anything.
Anything, yeah. To what was it? Kindergarten up to third grade.
Yes. Pre-kindergarten to third grade, they can't teach anything sexual in any class, which means your teachers can't tell you that they're non-binary. Your teachers can't make you pray to the gay pride flag. Your teachers can't make you do any of that from pre-K to third grade. I think it should go further. I don't think anything about sex and gender and anything should be related until you're about 14, 15 years old. Your parents have already had the opportunity to sit you down and say, look, this is what is happening to you. And then your school can try to indoctrinate you into believing
honestly
that your dick doesn't matter, cut it off.
Maybe because I don't have kids myself, but I don't think the school system should be telling about sexuality in general, whether it's gay, straight, whatever. I think that should be the parents' job.
I can make an argument about that. Because your parents are only going to believe one thing. What if you really were trans and your parents were against it? How would that fuck you up?
Well, I'm also saying
because you were taught the other side of that because you do feel like you're a woman. You're taught the other side of that is horrible because you got a dick between your legs. Okay. You were never experienced into anything of that because in your own mind, this is real. This is a thing, kind of like Blair White. How would you feel growing up in that situation without seeing the other side until it's to a point to where you hate yourself because you know you're wrong, because your parents have introduced that. I understand the other side of that.
No, I get that part. But what I'm saying is I'm against it just because I don't trust half of those people. When I went to school, I was quiet as hell, but I got along well with 99% of all my teachers. Only one teacher I didn't get along with, and I still fucking hate him. Pendejo. Those who don't speak, an idiot, a moron.
Meh. But I mean, I understand the other side of the argument to its basic core. To its very basic core, you are correct. I get you. If you really do feel that way, I don't care. You do you. But
Yeah.
when it's virtue signaling to the point to where you just want to be trendy and TikTok famous and all that,
Hey! I'm doing YouTube favors. Come on, man.
yeah. But I mean, if that's a thing to you,
Well, no, but I
stop for a
think the
second,
other
take a
concern,
break.
these parents have, especially with, like I said, I can't speak for parents. I'm only an uncle at best. So I'm just assuming, I'm just thinking what I would say. I wouldn't want these people who I don't really know, who they only spend 1 year with my kid every year, or technically every year switches to someone else. I don't know them entirely. They might have ulterior motives. That's what I'm thinking.
Right.
Especially when these kids are young. Like I said, third grade on the way down to pre-K. It's like definitely no. Yeah, no. I'm not sure if you've seen the TikTok videos of the
God damn it. Yes.
uh,
Yes, I have.
of the kindergarten preschool teacher say like, we were talking about sex and genitals in our school, and when that came up, one of our
It
students
came
said
up at
something.
lunchtime. It came up at lunchtime.
You know exactly which video I'm talking about.
Yes. Don't even play. That did not organically come up. You pushed it to that point to prove to your new
Your TikTok
coworker that
fans,
you're great. Yeah.
narcissism is what it is.
Basically, yes.
Pride and arrogance of themselves.
I do agree with this shit 100. The fact that you've turned it into don't say gay because you're saying, look, we can't teach this shit to very, very young minors. You're reaching. You are seriously fucking. You're losing this battle and fucking know it.
Well, luckily
You're
their
reaching hard.
mindless bots eat it all up.
But yeah, with the whole "don't say gay" bill, I wanted to explore this a little bit more and talk to you, but fuck, we're almost out of time. We should do that one later then.
Yeah, but well, we still have a couple minutes left. Let's try to finish it all up with the. But I'll be considering the "Don't be a groomer" bill.
Yeah,
Honestly, I think
we'll,
that's what it.
we're gonna call it that.
Yeah, the "Don't be a groomer" bill, because I feel like if we're saying "don't say gay" bill, we're giving them more.
Okay, don't be a groomer bill.
Yeah,
All right,
even
y'all
though that's
motherfuckers are preying on little kids. That's disgusting as fuck.
like, if you're gonna tell, like, if I had a kid in kindergarten and I find out the teacher's teaching them about sex, genitals, and all that stuff, I'd be like, "Are you sure you're not a pedophile? I need to
Right?
search you. I need to look you up now on the on.
That would be a
What?
surprising fucking issue.
Yeah, well, I believe they might have recently found a cure for pedophilia, because it's YouTube.
Oh,
I can't say anything.
oh. I'll be right back, guys. I've got to go to the bathroom real quick. Give me a sec.
Well,
Keep it going, Abel.
I'll keep it going. Don't worry. Well, now that I'm alone, I'm now the streamer. I own all the power. I'm kidding. But well, my co-host is gone. Megan's Law. There we go. Yep. Thank you, the Joseph Santos. Actually, I think I'll bring that up for the next stream. After we're done with this stream about taking questions from the audience, I think that would be good, especially on situation when he leaves like that for the restroom. But yeah, if like I said personally, if I had the teacher tell that to my children, and I looked him up on Megan's Law. Just gonna say it's not gonna end up well. Yeah. But yeah, I am not surprised how the media is portraying this anti groomer bill in Florida. Like I said, I need to look more into this personally.
Sorry about the back.
Personally, hey,
Hey.
I'd rather have someone in here listening during
No,
its
but
live.
I was listening while I was going to the bathroom there. Yeah, if you got any questions, man, in the comments or anything, like if you got anything that adds any kind of value to it, people want to ask questions. I'm fine with it. You may not like my answer to things, but I'm fine with it. Which is why, I was talking about as we grow, having people actually listening to us live while watching chat, and they just pop in, wow, hey, so and so says this kind of situation. So we don't have to kind of monitor that as we kind of go bigger.
Okay, so we did get a question from chat. So they asked, "Can you explain groomer? I've never heard of that before today." And then
Groomer
also
is
because I what I was saying earlier, I don't think they're allowed to teach if they're on Megan's Law. And anyways,
mm, yeah, well, yeah, I guess that would be a thing. But a groomer is somebody who literally just manipulates a child until they're close to of age or becomes of age to be all about that person or that mind frame, that situation. Literally, like I said, it goes back to that movie. I believe it was called Undefeated. If you get a child when they're young, possibilities are endless. So if you're starting out with a clean slate, somebody who just now realizes that they are an actual human being, and you start berating them to believe this certain thing, that's all they're going to know. That is a groomer. Somebody who raises a young child up to believe only one certain thing. And groomer is used as a sexual term, but it really goes with anything. It really does.
so I looked up the definition of groomer on Merriam-Webster. It just says one who grooms at animals such as dogs, but I guess it can also be children.
I mean, you could
But
use Urban Dictionary because they're going to be the ones that are going to tell you the truth.
yeah, so and I did pull that one up. So grooming, it says when a sexual or other kind of predator sets the stage for abusing another, such as a
Right.
child or other person, as in the case of sex and theory human trafficking.
When you take a child very young, you throw them into a situation and tell them that's the only way, that is grooming. What we are seeing in our schools is grooming. And you're going to see a whole different generation that is now starting to come up. They're being taught this right now. So the next generation, the ones that are in school, like I said, you started with the first generation, the second generation takes control. Ones that are coming up now, if this is allowed to happen as it stands, yes, it is already everywhere. All you have to do is just look up videos about parents renting at their school system. It is already everywhere, even in a red state like I am at, which was supposedly very close to flipping, even in a red state like I am at. I'm seeing this. I visit these schools. I don't even have a biological child on my own, but I do work in these schools from time to time. I see what's plastered on the walls.
Okay, I don't
I
want to
see
be
it.
rude and interrupt, so I looked up on Urban Dictionary because the what I had looked up prior was just grooming.
Right.
And then I looked up groomer. Uh, the definition is Onision, groomer. He's a pedophile. Enough said. I don't know if you know
Uh,
who that YouTuber was.
Are we talking about like what's the dude's name? James Charles or something?
No. So Onision was like, I remember that name like in early YouTube.
And
Like he's a really old YouTube, but he would like.
no, I don't know.
I'll
I'm
have
gonna
to
be
send
honest. I
you.
had no clue.
Yeah. Long story short, he turned out to be a.
Of course. Let's go back to the whole Vosh. I'm not even gonna shit on the dude. I don't want to start knowing, but that disturbs the fuck out of me. Even if that was taken out of context in any situation for you to. Now, I probably said a lot of things in this episode that can be taken out of context. I get you, whatever.
Well,
But
luckily we're still
you
small right now, so wait till we
yeah,
get bigger.
I don't give
And
a shit. Come after me.
well, no, I'm
Whatever.
saying that those people are gonna start making channels of us out of context.
I hope they're fucking good. I hope it's like a no context Schaefer or no context slightly offensive or something like that. I hope it's good.
If they do that, I will shout them out every time.
You're damn right. As long as it's just some fucked up shit, like that one, oh God, what was that? Um, that one on You Are Here where Elijah was just like, I don't hate retarded people, and that was it. That was great. I mean, that was awesome.
Well, to be fair, there's a lot of ones for Sydney. What I mean,
Oh yeah, she.
I love her, but god damn it, Sydney.
I love her too. She's honest. She's straight up, but she is derpy as hell, which is great. I'm not gonna lie.
It
It's
makes it
fucking
funny
great. It does. She walks into some shit, and I think that's kind of why they shut down reading all the super chats.
for her
I
only.
think we fucked it up. I really do. I think we fucked it up. She walked into way too many.
We fucked it up, or chat did. Because I'm gonna be honest, I haven't sent anything.
No. I mean, we as in like for the super chatter kind of situation. I think we fucked that up. Like I can't really say like throughout the ones that have actually caught her and shit. I can't really say like they're known kind of situation. You know, I think that was more along the lines of they're just trying to chirp her up kind of situation. Some of them. I know there are some of us that actually support the show that have tried to catch her. I do know that, but yeah, I think that's kind of what fucked up as for that show. Like it was awesome. I love the show because it's kind of like just people talking. You know, I told Elijah the little super chats is something like we're doing now. Like we talk to regular people, you know, because all you see in podcasts, news is the experts, the prominent voices, things like that. You never hear from everyday individual people on those kinds of things, you know. And yes, I will admit we will probably bring some prominent voices on, but the point of that for me would be to have them talk to regular people as well. If they're up for it, if they're okay. Saying I would love to have dude, seriously. I'm gonna say this on air. I don't give a shit. I would love for Gothics to talk to Link.
You know what?
How amazing would that fucking be?
That you know what? Let's see if we can try that.
Because if Link is, I love Link to death. Really do. She's an awesome woman. And I've never met her in my life, like physically met her, but I would go to bat for her every single fucking time.
Didn't you
She
do a
doesn't give a
stream
shit.
with her?
Yes, that was the first extra episode that we had. It was just me one on one with like she's strong in her beliefs, but she can listen and think.
Well,
I love that.
I've been interviewed with Gothic, so let me see if I can work something out with her. I don't know her
Dude,
scheduling.
that would
Uh,
be great. Yeah, I mean, we'd have to link it up, or we'd have to work it out with links as well, as far as that goes.
but I will say this: you know more of on Link, and if you do a little bit of research on Gothics, if you do a little more, how
Dude,
fun will it be? How fun would you assume the live stream the stream would go?
I'd be 100% great with that because
Okay,
I'm gonna say completely 100% honest. I had Gothics all wrong until I started listening. I had
well,
her pegged completely fucking wrong, and that is my bad. Um, but I feel like it would be great with Gothics together because like Link's gonna be a little bit more reserved. I understand that because really hasn't she really hasn't come out of her. Like she will say what she wants to say, but
chat's asking, who's Link?
Link is one of my gaming like I on air I don't want to okay. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Like this sounds bad on my part, but you gotta listen to this whole thing. All right, I met up with Link um playing a game called KO City. Okay, it's kind of like an extreme dodgeball situation, competitive play. We met up through that. And I got to talking to Link. I've gotten to kind of know her a little bit. She was reserved and shy, didn't speak much, but when she did, it was funny as hell. Like, I paid attention more and more to Link because she got to be vocal more and more with us. And I guess, look, I lean more on the right now because of the way the media has portrayed shit. But Link is my counterpart kind of situation. She's middle ground for the most part, but she leans a little bit more towards the left. And I'm going to explain this kind of like I did my wife. Um, we have good conversations. We can actually talk to each other about most things and come to a realization between each other that come to some kind of middle ground with that. And I'm going to point this out. At one point, my wife asked, "Well, I mean, who is she more than that?" It sounds bad, and I did not pick up onto it until my wife told Link how I described her to Link. But
I feel
I
like
told her
this
the
is already
entire.
going in a bad direction.
Oh, it's going that way. It's going that way. It sounds horrible. But I
All
told my
right.
wife about everything, and and just like just to wrap it up, she's a black lesbian from Las Vegas. And then when my wife said that back to her, I was like, oh shit, that sounded god damn. That sounded so bad.
Yeah,
So I
you just
mean,
realized how bad it sounded.
yes, yes. At that point, when she said it back to Link, I was just like, oh my god, this is it. Like I'm going to hell. Like everything's done. But Link was okay with it.
If it
She's
makes you
cool
feel
and
better,
shit.
I'll join you in hell.
Right? But no, I would love to have like it, I'm trying to. I really am. She's awesome. I would love to have Link talk with Gothics in a situation because I think it would help Link a lot to understand the other side.
Well, like I said, I've been interviewed by Gothics. I have connections with her. More direct in
Let's do it.
contact with her. So I'll ask her myself personally. I'll see
Let's see if she's willing.
if she's willing. She's willing. But
And
I feel like she would.
I, I I feel like she would too. Like through super chats and things, talk to her. And of course, I understand how that would play out. I've never talked to Gothics myself, and I would love to. But yeah, I feel like that would be one hell of a conversation between each other.
I now want
I, dude, like, I'm going to be honest. When you mention that shit, and I don't want to clout chase or anything like that. I'm not trying to do that anyway.
I'm
Like,
not.
that's not the thing. But
Well, to be fair, people might say we are because this is a small YouTube channel.
yeah, we're name dropping too. Yeah, I guess so. But you can call it whatever.
How many people have
These
we
are
name
random
dropped? We've name
conversations.
dropped Sydney Watson. Uh,
Yeah, we did a lot this episode, didn't we?
yeah.
No, but I seriously, I'm going to go ahead and say this before I actually say it to her. If we can line that up, would be amazing. And I would love to do it. I do owe an apology to Gothics. And I will say this right now. I owe an apology to you because, when I heard about you, I looked at your name, Gothics with an X. Latinx, god damn it. Are we going down this? Is this another person? That was my first initial thought. And then I kind of came up a few more times and I was just like, okay, let's take a look. Let's see. The hairstyle, the nose ring, the way she dresses. I pegged her as just like, I can't do it. I really can't do it because I'm already mentally fucked with everything that I've been learning. I can't fucking do it. But I took another week or two and I finally started listening to her. And she's right. She is 100% right. She is right. There's a lot that I could say, yeah, maybe not. Maybe this, maybe that.
Well, for me personally, I never knew her until she was Elijah and Sydney's. That's how I found her.
I actually found her from Temple.
Oh, the recent Temple episode.
No, well, I don't know what recent that would be with her.
Recent as in like a week or
No. This was probably a year or two. I don't even know. But she was on there, and I kind of I used to listen to Temple a lot because he's kind of he does kind of what I want to do, except he's not bringing regular people involved in the conversation.
bringing more well established.
Right, and at his kind of level, what he's got to risk and everything like that. I understand. I get it, especially with what he's doing, but I don't even care how this turns out. I'm going to say it. Here recently, within the last year, I don't like his attitude because, okay, it's a milk toast fence sitter kind of shit. I get you.
And he's taken that as branding now.
Yes. Which means you gotta force yourself to be in that situation no matter what. So you're not being honest. Yes, you are gonna take it, especially with the dude, that RA dude or whatever like that, RA the God, whatever the hell the dude's name is.
That yelled at him saying, "I'm not."
Yeah, I'm not that kind of guy. Yeah. Like I could tell that was really Tim. The way he was talking, the way he was, the way he acted. I could tell that was Tim. But for most of it, dude, I feel like you're acting. All we want is for people to be real to us. That's all we want. If we wanted acting, fuck, we got Fox News, we got CNN, MSNBC, CBS. We got a fuck ton of shit.
We got the current potato in chief.
Right.
Acting.
We want real, which is why fucking. I know slightly offensive. Has still grown beyond their demonetizations, their bans, and everything like that. Sydney's channel itself. She chooses her words carefully. She plans it out. It has grown beyond leaps and bounds from what I have paid attention. But the You Are Here show, dude, have you seen what happened with that shit?
No, I haven't watched it in about 2 weeks.
Dude, they
But
haven't even been a year in. Like when they started, they were at like 30, 25, 30,000, maybe even
so
40,000.
I think they
And
got
they're
like 50K subs right before they launched. They went
right
live.
before they launched.
Yeah,
Yes. I mean, when I joined, it was like 25, 30,000,
I
somewhere
know.
around
I
there.
was in the few hundreds actually.
I mean, you beat me. But
I
no,
kind of
it's
I follow a lot of Elijah's work almost to the point of stalking. I think that would be considered stalking.
cut. Let's edit that out. No, but I mean,
Well,
to
that's
see
gonna
the
be fun
show,
for the out of context Abel.
right?
And you've
To see
already
that
said
you
some
get,
fun stuff.
oh, dude, you have no idea if there ever comes an out of context me, it's going to be one fucked up situation.
Well, to be fair, chat's already said they're gonna do it. And the
Let's
first
do
one
it. Come
was
on.
me reading one of their comments about the underage shit or the legal enough to drink that they've just
Oh,
said
that
that
was
again.
already a fucked up situation. I probably stepped my ass some shit already.
Uh,
But oh my god, I hit way too many buttons. My bad. But yeah, like the reason why that show grew so damn fast, like they're not even a year. The reason why that show grew so damn fast is because they stopped with formalities. They stopped with just being like all about that kind of situation kind of thing, and they were just real. You know, it's just two people hanging out like we're doing right now with other people on.
no, for them, let's see. They have Sydney. What they have Sydney, Elijah, maybe up to 2 guests, and in the
And
back.
Brandon in the background, the Hamsterdam. We're calling it Hamsterdam, you motherfucking hamster.
Where did that come from? I like I
No,
said,
that came with the first episode with Katie Hopkins because
is she the one that was there twice? The next episode, Elijah drew as a Muslim and got his ass beat.
yes, god damn it, that was great.
Okay, because I've seen the
That was
artwork
awesome.
and it's adorable. The artwork of Brandon as a hamster.
No, but she came on the show and just I've never heard of the woman. Really haven't. And I'm glad I watched that first fucking episode because I want to sit down, roast the fucking world with her. Just hours on end of just dumb shit, getting fucking torn up and just saying stupid shit. I want to do that. But no, she was awesome because she just came across as, just kind of proper at the very beginning, and then just like 5 minutes into the episode, it all falls apart. She's starting to roast the fuck out of everybody. Like she had Brandon and Elijah at a breaking point until they realized she's just fucking, you know. Like you can tell there was even a meme about it with Elijah where he's just like he's happy as hell, and then the next frame he's just like, oh shit. And the next one he's just got sticky notes all over him or whatever the fuck that was. Those hemp papers to absorb sweat. But like Brandon got named as Hamster because she told the story about before they even went live how he was trying to pour her a drink and he was fumbling everywhere and stumbling around. And then all of a sudden he's making noise in the background in this little corner. And she's just like, this motherfucker's doing like some hamster ball kind of shit. That's where that came from.
Oh, I definitely need to catch up on.
Oh, that shit was amazing. Look, seriously, if you have not watched that, go back to the first episode with that because they were trying to talk about the State of the Union address. And like, we're not talking about that. We're talking about your balls hanging out of your fucking pants. We're talking about why you look like this. Why Brandon's over there looking like a hobo. Dude, it was fucking amazing. It was amazing. She owned that shit. But that's the kind of situation, the kind of like that's kind of what I want to bring, just people hanging out talking
Because I
like they
know with
normally.
them, like their guests are usually try to be very professional, but usually by the end of the day,
Yeah,
to calm
By the end of
down.
the episode, everybody's just who they are, you
Yeah.
know?
Well, to be fair, I've been on Elisha's show. I was very professional, but if you watch it, you can see me calm down near the end.
I did watch that. I did watch that, and you are right. There is you can see that little progression to where you're uptight and you're just gonna be, about that, and then by the end of it, you were just like, this is a normal human fucking being. Why do I gotta be this?
Well, to be fair, it was also cold.
But yeah,
He has his office pretty cold.
dude, there is like, all right. I'll save that for later. I understand that whole thing. I'll save that for later.
To be fair, there were two there, so saying much, but I'm just saying. Oh God, out of context, it's gonna have fun with that one.
2.5. All right. I'll stop making jokes. I'm not gonna stop making jokes.
But if you do, I quit this show.
All right. Well, fine. You know what? I'll save it for another one.
Jokes.
Oh, we gonna do it. But yeah. Let's go ahead and kind of wrap this. We've been going for a minute. It's like 2.5 hours. But yeah, dude, look, I'm gonna be honest from my standpoint, and I've said it before. Really don't care how you want to live your life. I don't. It doesn't bother me in the slightest. But when you force it down my throat, I'm not going to be your ally. That's just my stance on all that. Like, when you target children, I've got a huge problem with that. I don't have any biological of my own, but I have taken care of children that aren't my own, and I still love them today. If you were to target them when they were that age, I'm not as nice as people would play it out to be with this is wrong, this is how it is. I've got some. Never mind. I'm not going to go that far with it. But you get my point.
I get your point.
But go ahead. Your last thoughts with all this, Abel?
I'll just agree with you. I have my own kids, but I have huge with groomers targeting children.
And this don't say gay bill. It's a don't be a groomer bill. I don't give a shit what y'all think. I don't give a shit how the media spends it. Do not.
They're gonna spin it to whatever makes them look like saints and heroes.
Look into this. If you've got a problem with anything the media says, if they tell you to be upset over something, it doesn't matter what you listen to, CNN, Fox News, MSNBC, OAN, whatever. Sky News Australia. Like, how the fuck did Sky News Australia start becoming prominent here in the... Never mind, I know that answer. But if they tell you to be upset about something, look into it, you damn self.
I don't remember where I heard this, but someone said, worst timing ever. Someone said, if you want to get actual news from about America, look at our enemies. They'll be completely honest.
Yes. 100 fucking percent. And it's sad that I've had to, like, because of my game that I've done, like, I know a lot of people. I know people in Ukraine. I know people in Russia. I know people in Sweden. I know people in Canada. I know people across the fucking world. If you really want the truth, see what they're saying about us. 'Cause it'll disturb the fuck out of you. It really will. But yeah, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Do you want to take us out or you want me to?
You can have it since I've already yawned twice on the show.
All right, so the
I don't
endings.
trust a third one.
The ending screen for me, I will admit, is still fucked up. I still got to go back in there and finish all that as far as that goes. But, ladies and gentlemen, all we want is a conversation. That's how we don't want fighting. We don't want bullshit. Let's just talk. We've lost that. Now, I will admit, you do have a voice, and it is time to use it. Take care. Have a good. Oh, and wait, I should have thrown that in. If you want to talk to us, have your story heard, please email us at yourvoice@startmail.com. We need to start linking that. But yeah, it is your voice, YOURVOICE @startmail.com. Let's sit down and have a conversation.
Start
I'm
mail,
all for
right?
it. Start mail. Yes.
Okay, perfect. I almost wrote in star mail.
Startmail.com. Let's have a conversation. I'm definitely looking forward to hearing. But for right now, ladies and gentlemen, y'all take it easy, and you definitely have a good night.